फिर तुहाडा स्वागत है। आज ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ Mr. Amardeep Singh ਨਾਲ, who's the first Sikh to be appointed by President Obama into the commission of AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islanders Commission, and he's going to carry your voice from the community up to the White House and address your issues. We're on the last 15 minutes of our show ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ concerns ਨੇ, issues ਨੇ, questions ਨੇ, please feel free ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ call ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. We would love to hear from you and we would love to have Mr. Amardeep Singh take these voices forward for us. Now, just a quick question for you before we start taking the calls. ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ admission ਹੈਗੀ commission ਅੰਦਰ, ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ non-Indian community ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂ non-Sikh community ਤੋਂ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ response ਮਿਲਿਆ? How did they receive this?
So my hometown was listed, Hoboken, New Jersey, when the White House sent out their press release. So I've the local press where I live, they've all been covering this appointment. I'm going to be on the local cable TV show in Hoboken, New Jersey. Tomorrow on last Sunday, the mayor of Hoboken called me and said congratulations.
Wow.
So the non-Sikhs have also been receiving this well, which is important because it sends a message to non-Sikhs that Sikhs are contributing members of society. We're not terrorists, we're not bin Laden, we're not the Taliban. We are people who are making America better, and we are invested in America, and we're invested in our communities. So the response has been, I've been pleasantly surprised. People have been really nice and excited about it, more excited than I thought they'd be.
You know, it's good because we need to see more people with turbans at positions like you. Like, you know, Manbir Singh ji said, we need people at a higher post so people can recognize the goodness of yours with the community as a whole.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. I'm really glad that that's working out well too.
Thank you.
So let's take a few calls from our callers and then we want to know how can we take our voice forward. Sat Sri Akal ji, aap kitthon call kar rahe ho? Hello? I'm sorry, aap da TV je piche on hai uski volume please kam kar lo kyunki taadi awaaz aur meri awaaz andar delay aanda hai. Sat Sri Akal ji. Hello? Okay, मैं आप सारे नु वापस कवांगी please if you're calling me have your TV turned down low या TV दा volume off करके फिर सानू call करो क्योंकि ताड़ी आवाज़ और मेरी आवाज़ अंदर थोड़ा gap आंदा है. Okay. I am totally off. सत श्री अकाल जी, आप किथों call कर रहे हो? Hello? सत श्री अकाल जी, आप किथों call कर रहे हो? All right, you know what? Before I take any more calls then, one last question that I have for you, Amardeep, is how can the Sikh community be better connected to the White House?
Well, I think it's going to be very important for the community to, in a concerted way, and I, invite, any members of the community to submit issues to the commission. They can submit it to me or to any one of the commissioners.
Okay.
And that'll be a very important way for the community voice to be directly heard. I think it's going to be important for people to put things in writing when they send it to me. These are my concerns because you should be aware when things come in writing, they are distributed. I'll give you one example. There's been a lot of concern about bullying of Asian children at a specific high school in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I was just received an email about it, and White House staff received the email as well, and there's already discussions as to what could be done on the issue. So I think one of the best ways to be connected is put your ideas and your thoughts in writing. That's very important because that'll make it much easier for people like me to distribute it through the White House so that the White House staff is very aware and the federal government official staff is very aware of issues in the community. That's going to be the most important way. The other piece outside of the White House piece, it is so important for all Sikhs to register to vote.
Okay.
And to actually vote. And I would throw out this challenge to every Gurdwara in the United States.
Okay.
Please invest in having at least 100 members of your Sangat registered to vote.
Wow, okay.
And let the local politicians know we have at least 100 people registered to vote. They will come knocking down your door.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they will.
We really appreciate that. That's a great tip to have. I know we have some callers waiting, and I do want to then come back and get your message to the community, to our younger viewers as well, who will be seeing this through the YouTube and Facebook and all. We want to definitely have a message out to them also. Sat Sri Akal ji, aap kitho call kar rahe ho? Hello? Sat Sri Akal ji, aap kitho call kar rahe ho?
हाँ जी, मैं तो न्यूयॉर्क से कॉल कर रहे हैं जी।
Sat Sri Akal ji, how are you?
Good।
ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਅਮਰਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
हाँ जी, पहला नाम बहुत बहुत congratulations।
Thank you.
And I'm also a theater one, and I was asking what else we can do to get the jobs, about the discriminations and other issues. What are you doing just for the jobs or discrimination or any other issues?
Okay. Yeah, so thank you for asking that question. There are 5 priority areas for the commission. One of the 5 is economic development, and another one is civil rights. And I can say that part of the commission's plan, we've only been in existence for a week, but part of our planning when we met last week was to make sure that on issues, for example, that we've seen in New York, the Sikh Coalition has, and in the Bay Area, we've seen that there are many Sikhs who are working in labor-type jobs, who are working overtime but are not receiving overtime pay. And the commission is, at least it's in the works, we're planning on doing something to address the issue of laborers not getting overtime pay. On the issue of discrimination, you should be aware that the federal government actually has a very strong system for addressing discrimination at work and filing lawsuits if necessary. You'll be happy to know that just yesterday, and I believe this is the first time in the history of the United States this has ever happened, in one day the federal government, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, is a federal agency that protects people from discrimination at work. Just yesterday, the EEOC, for the first time, I believe ever, announced 2 lawsuits against employers who had discriminated against Sikhs. The first,
Wow.
Exactly. The first lawsuit was against a Lexus dealership
I've heard about this one.
in New Jersey that refused to hire a Sikh unless he shaved off his beard. And the federal government yesterday announced their lawsuit against that Lexus dealership.
Wow.
And just yesterday, the federal government announced a lawsuit against an AutoZone franchise in Boston that had fired a Sikh because he started wearing a dastar. He started growing his hair, he started wearing a dastar. The AutoZone fired him unless he removed his dastar. The federal government announced that we're suing AutoZone for firing him. So the federal government is doing things, but it's important for the community to understand that they have to bring these concerns to the federal government.
Exactly.
Because they can't take action if they don't know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's exactly, we have Mr. Amardeep Singh appointed to this commission. So please do connect with him if you have concerns and questions. Connect with him. He'll take your voice forward. That's what he's here for.